Hello, my name is Anne and this is Toby, and welcome to a Tobyknits podcast episode 125. What? Are you the best boy? I'm going to attempt to put him in his bed here by my feet. Goodness knows how long that'll last. I'm in the basement. He doesn't really like the basement, so it looks like he's settling down, doing that whole scratchy stuff they do. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Grab a cup of tea. If you're not new to my channel, you already know the drill. Grab a cup of tea, and you're definitely going to need a cup of tea today because there's a lot to talk about and a lot to tell you. And so you better get comfy. I would suggest you unplug the phone. Oh, do people still have telephones like that? Oh, maybe not. Lock your door, draw your curtains. That's what we do when we're watching the football game. We draw the curtains, and then everybody knows in my street that when the curtains are drawn, don't knock on Anne's door because she's watching the football. So, oh, see, he's gone upstairs. Lots to I have notes today to keep me on track. I think this lighting looks a bit rubbish. I'm not quite sure what it is, but let's see if we can fix it a bit. Yeah, I don't think I made that any better, did I? No. Well, you're just gonna have to put me like this, half in the light and half in the dark. Ooh. Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. So I didn't know what to do with the channel because originally it was all about knitting. And then I got lots into cross stitch at the start of lockdown and quilting. I mean, I cross stitched since I was a kid, 17. But I left it for like 20 odd years because my eyesight was getting a bit wonky. And now I have the whole varifocal things. It's a little bit easier for me to see what I'm stitching. And anyway, so I picked it up again during lockdown and got obsessed. And then I started quilting, got obsessed. So I broke my channel up because I didn't want them to be super long. Because I know for me, when I sit down with a cup of tea to watch something, I've maybe got 20 minutes. And I wanted to just sit there and watch something for 20 minutes and then off I go doing my stuff. But then, you know, obviously not everybody's like that, right? Some people like to sit down for an hour or more and have a little gossip with their mates. So, because I do consider you all my mates, by the way. So then I thought, okay, so I split my channel up because I thought the videos were getting long into the 3 sections, the cross stitch, the knitting, the quilting. But then not so many people are watching the quilting ones, which is fine. And the knitting one was getting all the love. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe it's time to slow down the cross stitch one and go every 2 weeks so I've got stuff to show everybody. So I was going to do that, and I tried that this month, January. But then I thought, no, that's not working either because I miss podcasting every week. So I put a poll up here on YouTube, and I don't even know if anybody's noticed it. It's in the community tab. And I put a poll up on my group because I have a Facebook private group for anybody that watches the channel. And we can show each other all of the things we've made, and I can see what you're doing. And we have a sock along and a knit along going on in the group each month, so with prizes. So yeah, so I thought, okay, well, I'll put a poll up and I'll see. And the majority of everybody loved the Monday knitting videos. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go back and every Monday. So every Monday now, you're gonna get a video from me, but it will include, so it's gonna be much longer, I'm sorry. It will include my cross stitch and whatever quilting I've been up to that week, which, as you will see, isn't much at the moment. And because I'm just crazy mad about knitting right now again. So, you know, it's what happens to me. I go through these big phases. I'm sure you do too. So today's video will include, this is how the new format's gonna go, knitting. I gotta look at my notes. A tutorial today. We're gonna cast on a new dishcloth. A shop update, because my Etsy shop is back up and running. some cross stitch, and some quilting. So typically this is how it's going to go. So it's going to go every week now, every Monday. The third Monday of every month will be a tutorial for our new dishcloth of the month. And the fourth Monday of every month, unless there's 5, but you know what I mean, will be a live. Yes, so you can talk back to me. Well, no, don't talk back to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, talk to me. Yes, have a conversation. So that's what the new format's going to be. And I'm so excited to show you tons of stuff. So let's get going, because otherwise we'll be here all day. So first of all, I want to show you, once again, because I'm totally in love with this, my yarn I dyed. So this is it. It's called Carnation. It is, let me read that to you, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's a 2-ply fingering weight yarn, 400 grams, 100 grams, 400 yards. Let's get that right. And I call it Carnation. And it is a pinky color. I don't even know if you can see what this really looks like. I did already skein it up because this one has already been won. I did a draw last Friday and this has already been won by Pam. Pam won this. So I'm going to be sending that to her. But I dyed it because what I wanted to do is each month that we're making a new sock, I wanted to have some fun and dye up some yarn for each month's sock. And so I'd already started the January sock where I used all those lovely minis. So I thought, okay, well, I'll make it for February. So I thought I want a kind of pinky color for February because, you know, it's pinky red because it's like Valentine's, you know. And I found a brilliant pattern that we're all going to do. V for Valentine by Ellie Jones, and it has little hearts on it. Now this is a free pattern, so you can go along to her Ravelry site and just download it. It's free. So I wanted something like that. So I thought, okay, what shall I name it? So I was just looking and I saw this gorgeous picture. And it's the birth month flower for January, a carnation. And I just thought that was the prettiest thing I'd seen. And I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to call it, because I was trying to get that color, because obviously I dyed it after I'd seen the picture. I was trying to get that color. So I skeined mine up ready. So this is mine all ready to go to cast on, which we will cast on live next Monday, which might be a bit difficult because I have Tristan on Mondays. And the pre-recorded one, or the recorded, like this is Sunday for me. So I'm recording this today. I'll edit it all tonight and get it up for you guys to watch tomorrow. But the live I have to actually do on the day, you know. So Tristan will be here. So I've tasked Bob to take care of him while I'm down here for an hour. And so I knitted it up because I had already wound it. I thought I'll knit a little sample up to see what it would look like knit up. And here it is. Is this not the cutest thing ever? I love it. I love the little sort of bits of white still in it, the pale pinks, the dark pinks. Like, I just think it's lovely. So anyway, that is going to be the yarn that I'm going to use for my February socks, which are going to be V for Valentine's, starting them next week. If you would like to get this yarn, I'm quite willing to dye some more up. I don't want to dye too many and put them in my shop and they sit there. So I have in my shop right now, I have a dye to order. So basically you go in, you purchase it. The shipping is there as well. I will ship anywhere. Yeah, I will, but I can't guarantee it's, you know, the shipping is rubbish right now, let's face it. But I will ship it anywhere, and then I will, so I'll dye it up. When I get the order, I'll dye it, and then it takes about a day or two for me to do it, and then I'll get it shipped out to you. So I don't know if you'll get it in time. You might for February, but that's the January sock color for our February socks. It's a bit confusing because I'm doing the month before, but for the sock for the next month. Anyway, you get my drift. You get my drift. So in the whole reason I decided I wanted to dye in the first place, not literally dye. My husband keeps saying, stop saying that word. Stop saying that word. The reason I wanted to do this in the first place was because I follow the Bakery Bears. I'm a patron of theirs. And on their patron page, actually on their regular YouTube channel, she is doing this new thing, and they put their videos out every 2 weeks, I think. She's doing this new thing where she's dyeing up yarn and showing you how to do it, and then sewing it, really, Anne? Knitting it into a blanket, and the blanket's called My Favorite Blanket, and that's what I wanted to do. And she's also picked flowers, I think they're wildflowers, that are in season that particular month. So she has picked January, and we had to get 2 50-gram skeins of yarn, fingering weight, and dye them up. And I did. I learned a lot of lessons from doing this. So the yarn that I'm using is Bear Hair. It's a fingering weight, so it's 50 grams. It's 80% merino wool, 20% Angora. And let me tell you, it's so soft. So this was the first color that I dyed. So her flower, what is it now? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what is it? It's not a snowdrop. Oh, it's one of them little flowers that flowers in. Oh my goodness. If I can remember what it is, I'll put it down the bottom because I can't. I feel like it's a snowdrop, but it's not a snowdrop. Anyway, so this was a brown I dyed up. I think this is a bit dark, a little bit darker than I wanted, but you know. And then this is what I'm holding, because you hold it double, and we're knitting it on 450, I think. Oh, look at that. And it's got gold in it, and it's got dark blue, green in it. Isn't that pretty? And this is what it looks like knit up. Oh, does that not look like walking through the forest? That's what one of my subscribers said to me. Oh, it looks like a forest thing. And you can see all the splashes of the dark green. See the splashes of the dark green, and then the... Anyway, I love this, and it's a super easy pattern to follow. And so this is going to be the corner of the blanket. I think it's a corner-to-corner blanket, she was telling us. So this was the first one she released 2 weeks ago. So I had to wait for my yarn to come in. And anyway, I love it. I think it's so nice. Wish I could remember the name of that flower. Honeysuckle. That's what it was. Honeysuckle. I don't think mine looks like a honeysuckle, but it definitely looks like a forest walk. It actually reminds me more of a snowdrop. But anyway, so that's what I am doing for that, my favorite blanket. And then the other thing I've been working on is Twist and Turns, which is the Stephen West mystery knit along. That was from last October. And yeah, so I did finish the other wing. So I have both of the wings done now. I was working on this last time. There's my middle bit. There's the other wing, all finished. So this is all done now, and I've just cast on at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that. Just cast that on last night. I did the first 2 rows because I couldn't concentrate on it. But I got the first 2 rows done last night, and because you had to pick up a whole pile of stitches and then knit through the back loop and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be doing more of this twisted rib down here, there. So, and then you can then bind off if you want to with a quick bind off after you've done that twisted rib, or continue on and do more of the chevrons, which I feel like I'm going to do. I feel like I'm going to do more of the chevrons because I like it to be long here in the front. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, so that's kind of cool. Oh, I did want to just show you something interesting. So this is, as I showed you, this Angora merino wool, and you can see the fibers coming off it of the Angora. It's just gorgeous. So while I was dyeing this color, I threw in a couple of 80-20 merino yarn, fingering weight, 20 grams, and look, isn't that amazing? So that's the same color, but look how different it looks on a different base. Aren't they cute? So I haven't named it yet, but those are really nice minis for a pair of socks. For your heel, toe, and cuff. Or to put in a blanket. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, so where are we up to next? Oh yeah, so now I'm going to show you how to do our next dishcloth. And I am using this red Benet Handicraft. And I've got a stitch marker, light bulb stitch marker thing, just to mark the front and the back, just because I like to do that. You don't have to, I just like to do that. And I am using the pattern. What did I do with it? Oh, it's back here. This is again a free pattern, and it's called Grandmother's Face Wash, but we all know it's a dishcloth. And I don't even know where it came from. Super Spun 2015. I don't know. I found it in Ravelry. I'll leave a link below to it, and then you can download it yourself. And so we're going to be knitting from the corners out. And this particular pattern, have a cup of tea, Angie. This particular pattern tells you to use 3.75 millimeter needles. I'm going to use 4.5 because that's what I did the last ones in, and I want to keep the gauge the same. Plus, as I told you, I'm teaching Megan how to knit, and the only knitting needle she has at the moment are 4.5. So I'm trying to do it to show her. So in this particular thing where it says to knit to 66 stitches on your needle, I'm not going to go that far. I'll probably do 45, but I will show you as I get closer. I'm not going to knit it all today, but I'm going to start it off, and then I'll be able to show you as we get going. So let me just turn you down and we'll get on with that. Okay, so we are going to cast down Grandmother's favorite washcloth or face washer or whatever, an easy dishcloth to learn how to knit for Megan, Miss Megan. And this is going to be knit instead of straight across like we did the last one. This is going to be knit on a corner, and she's going to learn how to do increases and how to do decreases. I am using this Handicraft Bernay yarn in red for Valentine. And I'm also using a 4.5 millimeter circular needle. I like circular needles much better than straight needles. They're not so cumbersome for me to hold, so that's why I use a circular needle, but I go backwards and forwards. And I'm doing this in a 4.5 because even though the patent says 3.75, I want my tension to be the same from the previous dishcloth. Not that that really matters, but also Megan only has 4.5 millimeter needles, so we're doing that. So what we are going to do is cast on 4 stitches, and I do the long tail cast on. So I start with holding my yarn here and then pinching all the way up by counting to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll add an extra one and do my slip knot. Some people actually do, I always just like to do a slip knot, but some people prefer to cast on using the magic loop method. I can't figure that out. So now I have got my yarn like this. I've got the tail here and the piece going off to the ball. So I am going to slip my fingers in between as if I was opening a curtain. And I'm going to come under the thumb one, over this one, and through. There's 2. And this thumb does keep falling and moving out, and that's okay. You just keep sticking it back in, over that one, and through. And last one, over that one, and through. And now we have 4 on our needle. So we're going to turn the needle and we are going to knit those 4. So it's just straightforward knitting. I always told Megan, in the front door, round the back, out the way you come in and off. In the front door, round the back, out the way you come in, off. In the front door, round the back, out the way you came in, off. There's our first row. Turn. Now we are going to do an increase row. So we're going to knit the first 2. And then we're going to do a YO. A yo. And a yo means yarn over. So our yarn is always at the back here. So we're going to bring it around to the front and then take it over the needle like that. So when we knit the next stitch, it's over the needle. And when you knit that stitch, you've got this extra one there. So now we have 5 on the needle. Turn. And we're going to just keep repeating that row until there are, the patent says 66 stitches if you are using a 3.75 needle, but I'm going to do 45. So 1, 2, bring the yarn in front, knit the next stitch, so you're yarning over. See, the yarn has gone over your needle. Knit to the end. And because you're doing it only once, turn, you're going to get the little pattern on both sides more evenly. So knit, 1, 2. Now you could also yarn over like that if you wanted, if you found that easier, and knit to the end. Turn. Knit 1, knit 2. You can go that way, or you can go that way. The premises is, ooh, that's a big word. We want, see, the only trouble is if you do it the way I just showed you, see that stitch looks, it's harder to go in there. It's because it looks twisted. So that's why whatever way you do, stick to the same way. So I'm going back to the way I did it before. I just wanted to show you 2 different ways to do it. So knit 2. I'm going to bring my yarn in front. Knit. So I still got that extra stitch, the yarn over. So we are increasing as we go. See, so look, I'll show you one more time. There's that stitch here. Look how tight that is to get in there. Now watch when I do the next row. How much easier because I pulled the yarn in front. So knit 2. Bring the yarn forward and see how much easier that is to go in there now. And when we get to the end, see, it's the bigger side is the loop is on that side. It's easier to go in. So whichever way you're going to go, just make sure you're going the same, doing the same yarn over. So we'll knit 2, yarn over. So bring the yarn to the front, knit, over you go, all the way to the end. All the way to the end. There's that extra stitch we made. It's easier to get in there. And turn. Now, I know that this is the front of my work because you can see there's where the tail came out the back. So I am just going to stick this there so I know that that's the front. It doesn't really matter, but some people think the front looks nicer than the back. But with garter stitch, it's all the same. But you can still put that there so you know that that's the front of your work. And we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 stitches on our needle. You know what? I think it's not the right side because I feel like the right side would be, it would be an even number. So 1, 2, yarn forward, knit to the end, that must be the right side. But you see, can you tell the difference? And you'll see this little pattern is forming with all the holes. And they'll go all the way up either side as we're going. So yeah, so let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes, this is the front because it's got the even number of stitches. So we'll put that back in this in the right side. Like that. There we go. And off we go again. And I am going to leave you with that now because by now that's all we're doing until we get to 45 stitches. For me, 66 if you're doing 3, 7, 5. So knit 2, bring the yarn forward, knit so the yarn has gone across the needle and increased a stitch for you, and then just knit to the end. Turn and do the same thing. Knit 1, knit 2, yarn forward, knit, to the end, and that's how easy this dishcloth is. Okay, ladies. So how easy was that? I think it's going to be such a fun dishcloth to do. Once you've got to your 45 or 66 stitches, depending on what needle you are doing, you'll have a big triangle. Then what we're going to do is start decreasing down till we're back to 1 stitch again. And that's super easy. I will, if you don't know how to do that by knitting 2 together, follow the instructions. If you do obviously know how to knit a dishcloth, then just follow those instructions on the piece of paper. If you don't know, I will put another video in the Facebook group when I get to that part myself to show you how to do the decrease side. So yeah, anyway, okay, back home with this. Ooh, I know what I'm going to be doing later. Anyway, and isn't that color just so lovely in Lush? And again, red for, you know, Valentine's. Yeah, so anyway, shop update. I did explain to you that the Carnation yarn will be in the shop as a die to order. I do have stitch markers in there. I have progress keepers. I have a couple of bags that I made quite a while ago now, but they're still in there. So the shop is there and open. It's called Tobyknits. I will leave a link below. And who would like to see? No, I was going to show you the February. I dyed February's sock color last night, but you'll have to wait till next week for that. But it's so gorgeous. Anyway, cross stitch. Let's get on with the cross stitch. So I'm working on 3 right now. On Tuesday nights, I'm working on this one, which is called Puppies. It's a kit, so everything came in it: the floss, the needle, the fabric, everything, all the stuff there. And these 2 dogs look like my son's dogs. Well, the one on the bottom is, he has a dog the same color as my dog, as Toby, so he's kind of like beige and brown. So I'm going to change the colors. Yes, I'm going to change the colors on this to make him beige and brown. But this one is exactly like his dog. He has now Ellie. This is like Luna. So these look super cute as they peek out of a door. And the nice thing about this so far, here's where I'm up to. It's a little bit higgledy-piggledy right now because I keep stopping and going to different parts, is all of this has all been 2 strands, but over 1. No, that doesn't, I never get this right. Half a stitch. So it's, it's a half a stitch. You can see that? And so these are all, and this here is 2 colors combined. The darker part is 2 colors combined to make it look like that. So a strand each of 2 different color grays. And this here is the first part where I'm actually on an actual cross stitch. So I've done both. So I was dying to get to this part. I wanted to see how it would pop, because obviously it's going to pop. the state of my canvas. It's obviously going to pop against one skein, one half a stitch. So yeah, so there's that one. So I literally the other night, last Monday, that's all I did in one evening. So it takes a long time, you know. I don't start stitching till about 8, 9 o'clock, which is kind of late really, I suppose, but and I do have a special light that I can put around my neck if I don't need, and I have an overhead light too. So but anyway, Friday nights is Fall on the Farm, and this started, oh, I don't even remember how long ago, last January, and we got a different pattern every month, and this one is number 7, and there's only 9, so I have this one and 2 more to go. Yay! But I used all DMC colors in this and not the called for classic colorworks, because I don't like hand-dyed yarn, hand-dyed floss for some reason. I don't know why, I just don't. So here is all my, so there's January, there's the February one, which I loved, and that's why I wanted to do this. The March, I don't remember if this one was next. The one with the cow. This is a quilt, obviously, and it's a really super cute little quilt. And then this one, and then I just am on this one. And I finished the little girl, and boy off did the tree and started working some more on the border on Friday. So it is definitely coming along really super cool. Isn't that cute? So that is Fall on the Farm. And I just picked up from them a Christmas one that I'm getting each month. And I don't know where it is, otherwise I'd show you. I think it's in the drawer. And then finally on Sunday nights, so tonight for me, I am working on this one, which is Jungle Welcome. It's, again, another kit. This is a kit from England. And this is going to be for my grandson, Tristan. Leo's already got one. And this is where I'm up so far. So, yay. And I finished the giraffe and the grass. So you know what that means. Tonight I start the back stitch. Tonight I start the back stitch. Tonight I start the back. It's my favorite part of cross stitching. It's the back stitch. Because it makes them come alive. They'll have eyes and they'll have smirky faces and, you know, they'll be real then. So I just love this. I think it's super cute. And yeah, so we're on the home stretch for that one. On the home stretch. So that is all the cross stitch. Are you still all with me? Are you still awake? Do you need another cup of tea? Oh dear, this is going to be so much fun. Because it wasn't fun watching the game the other day. Oh my gosh, Liverpool are playing rubbish right now. I do not know what's the matter with them. But you know. So quilting, the only thing I've been doing with quilting is I had started so many quilts, all these different block of the month things, and I didn't do any quilting in December because I was doing Vlogmas every day and I just didn't have time. So I looked at all my quilt stuff and I've thought, oh my gosh, I have like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things on the go. And I thought, it's overwhelming me. I don't know what to do first. So I've decided that this year I'm not going to take part in any other, she says, quilt-alongs or blocks of the month. Well, other than the cotton cuts one, because of course, you know how much I love my cotton cuts. And there is a new one. Oh, stop it, Anne, stop it. So I've decided I'm going to try to work on one project each week until I'm caught up with that project. completely, whether it's finished, quilted, sent to the long armor, whether it's fully pieced, till it's finished, till I'm caught up with where I should be on that quilt. Then that gets put away, and then the next one will come out until, so it's kind of like the year of finishing for me quilt-wise. So I am doing, so the one I'm working on at the moment to get caught up, because I was so behind with this one, is the Designer Mystery Block of the Month from the Fat Quarter Shop. And this started, I feel like it was May or June, July. It was something like, it's in the summer anyway. And what happened was we would get a block like this every month in the mail with all of the fabric inside. Isn't this gorgeous? This is Nantucket Summer. I just love this. And so this is the fabric, and each month you get a little package with the fabric, which you then have to cut up yourself into what the instructions tell you and put together the piece. I bought the finishing kit. You didn't have to. You could just each month get your little package, and then when you've made all 12 blocks, you could just piece them all together, and there you go. But they had a finishing kit which showed you how to do it, and this is what the finishing kit, so this is what my quilt will look like when it's finished. And we had to make 8 of these blocks, which are log cabin blocks, and we had to make 5 of these star blocks, and you got all the stuff inside the box to make all of these things, plus like I got tons of fabric left over in that box now because I cut everything all at once. And I've been slowly putting all the pieces together. So, for example, and they're quite big. I think they're 16 by 16, I think. Let me see if I can figure this out here. There's one. So here is one of the, I called it a star block, but, well, yeah, I guess it is a star. So this is one of the blocks. Really hard to see with this light, and they've been scrunched up in my box, like, so I made these first when I got the finishing kit, and so I made 5 of these, one after the other kind of thing, and then I made, as each block came in, I made each block. So and then I had to make 8 of the log cabin ones. Well, this is what's taken me so long. Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Is that just not gorgeous? So I am in love with this. And I pressed open all my seams on the center star thing because they're little and there's so many things to put together. But all the others I just pressed flat. But I love this. Isn't that lovely? So I had to make 8 of those. So I finally finished last night with my friend Bonnie. We were stitching, and she was sewing and I was sewing on Zoom. She lives miles away from me, but we just do it on Zoom or Facebook Messenger, whatever. So I've got all my finishing blocks done now. And I had also done blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was working on 5. So 5 is done. And I just have to put my borders on for 5 to go around the edge here. And then I have got, so that's 5, 6, and 7, which I'm gonna cut today and get ready, and then later next week I will try and sew these 2 blocks together. I am so happy I finished all the finishing blocks. They literally took me forever, and when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, I was getting really bored, and I think that was putting me off doing it. So now I get to cut. I get to cut. Oh, I get to use my rotary cutter and cut. and, you know, label everything. I mean, that's half the fun for me. And then I get to put it all together, and it's a different pattern that I'm putting together this time than them blinking log cabin things. But anyway, here's a picture of my first 2 rows so far. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, yes. So those are the first 2 rows done. And once I've got, I think block 8 is on the way. Once block 8 comes and I've got these 3 and that one done, that will be row 3. So once I've got these sewn up, then I will stop because I'm all caught up with that other than waiting for the next block of the month. And then I will put all this away and I will take out the next quilt that I want to work on and finish. So that's how I'm doing it. Okay, that's all I have. Wow, this has gone on forever. I really hope you enjoy this new format and enjoy seeing me every week for a longer video. I know there's a couple of you that like that idea. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Tomorrow I get Tristan, or today for you, I get Tristan. And I have a really busy week this week ahead with lots of people that I haven't seen for ages, so it's gonna be lovely. Yeah, so I hope I actually get some stuff done this week so I can show it you next week. Anyway, so next week we'll be live 10 a.m. and we will cast on our socks. V for Valentine. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Please give me a thumbs up. The thumbs up are super important. They help with the analytics for YouTube and get more people to come and check out my videos. Subscribe if you have not already. It's free to subscribe, and drop me some notes of kindness below. And don't forget to jump over to our group on Facebook and join us there for more fun. Yay! All right, talk to you soon. Bye!